name's Michael. So my full-time job is working at a company called Inkstone, where we do screen printing on a wide variety of garments. The way I maintain my creativity in my daily life is I mainly get inspiration from 90s comics and cartoons, and also a great way to maintain creativity is just by drawing a lot, honestly. I also get a lot of inspiration from events and things that might happen to me in my life, and I use those as inspiration to continue drawing and maintaining that creativity in my life. So in high school, I did do a graphic design course that lasted for about a year, but most of where I learned a good deal of my art and how I fostered my artistic process was mainly through self-taught. It was all self-taught. A lot of the time it was just repetition, and also watching YouTube videos has helped a lot actually improve my skills as an artist. So yes, creative blocks are very common, especially if you're an artist. Many people have lots of different ways to deal with them, but me personally, the best way I find to deal with a creative block is just to draw whatever comes to my mind. Even if, it may be something very simple like shapes. A good process I actually have is drawing out a bunch of random shapes and then trying to figure out different kind of faces that I could draw on them. I think this really helps in getting the creative juices flowing, and then that will allow me to actually start tackling bigger projects that I might want to start working on. So in my line of work, there's definitely a lot of feedback and also criticism that you might face from other people. Especially on Instagram, there will always be people commenting, leaving their thoughts and opinions on the work that you upload. Thankfully, at least for my art, a lot of the time the feedback is quite positive. And it's always good having that positive feedback because it lets you have an idea of what people like and what they don't like. Whenever I get negative feedback, I don't tend to look at it as a bad thing, as I believe there can always be some grain of truth even in negative feedback. So it's important to also take those perspectives into consideration. The big thing in incorporating the feedback into my own work is, while I want to make work that people will enjoy and like to look at, it's also important to me to retain a lot of my own elements from my own life that help separate my art from other artworks out there. So the key to doing that is just to create more art that is your own art. The more you do that, I think the more you build your own identity, and that can always shine through in your work. So one of the recent projects I actually worked on was a series of trading cards for a company up in New York. It was basically just a random assortment of characters, and it ended up being 3 trading cards. The main inspiration behind the trading cards were I wanted to go back to more of a vintage style theme back from like the 90s era, because I really just enjoy the cartoons and comics from that time of year. So yeah, a lot of my work on this trading card set was influenced by that.